Oh, hello. Welcome to day 3 at Camp Goldilocks. I just came up with that name a few minutes ago because this is the perfect spot, and it's accessible to so many awesome things to do. That's why I love Moab. I spent so much time in Moab because of the variability in the climate at altitude. So if it gets cold up here, I go downhill. If it gets hot, I go uphill. And so far it's hot. It's been an oven down there this week. It's going to get worse. It's going to be 102, 104 degrees down in Moab. And positionally, I am about 7,500 feet above Spanish Valley, which is directly below me. And then I can see, off in the distance, I can see Moab, which is probably 20 miles from here, maybe. But yeah, at the very bottom of the hill, Spanish Valley, and then turn right and you go towards Moab. And Canyonlands and Arches and the Green River and the Snake River and, canyons, unbelievable climbing, mountain biking. You can go up the hill. You can get somebody to either rent you a bike or take your bike. They'll run you up to the top of the hill and you can ride for, I don't know, like an hour, 90 miles an hour downhill. Anyway, there's huge wooded forest up at the halfway up the mountain. It's very cold up there, which is why I like Camp Goldilocks. It's the second time I've stayed here. I've stayed all over this mountain, but Evan and I stayed here in 2020, and it was hot as hell down there. It was cool up here, but the next morning we woke up and it was snowing and a little bit of rain. A big storm coming through, and I think it was September, end of September maybe. Anyway, big storm coming through, ran us out of Colorado, which was perfect weather. We were at 10,000 feet there, and we were going to get covered in snow up there, so we decided to come west to try to run from the storm. Came down here where I knew the climate was going to be better until it wasn't. Anyway, it was cold in Moab even, so it was a weird day. But yeah, it snows all over Utah, just not as bad as it does in a lot of places. Anyway, today I think is going to be a real down day. I'm not going to do much of anything today. I'm charging batteries. I'm having a hard time keeping my battery charged. My 40-watt solar panels are more like 22 watts, so I'm having trouble keeping up with the battery consumption, and so I'm probably just going to charge batteries today and then go run some errands, get some food and water, and resupply. I don't think today's laundry day. I think I'm going to save that. I got more clean clothes, so I may take a bath today in one of the rivers. We get the Green, we get the Snake. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I was able to meet lots of new friends at camp in Moab, and this is my friend Peter. A little shy, but he's a nice furry friend. There's no absence of critters even in this harsh environment. And this guy was pretty interesting. I thought he was a horny toad. Yeah, he seemed a little bit shy, especially when I stuck the camera in his face. He tried to find him someplace else to go, but I like my little lizard friends, but they just did not seem to do the trick on all the flies, big flies, small flies, and my suspicion is that the flies that ate holes in my legs and my arms without me knowing it were the result of the lack of leaping lizards. And these are some of the flies that I was very suspicious about. It's not like a mosquito bite where you've been bit within a few minutes. I think these things came down and just started chewing on me, making holes in my arms and legs. And I'm talking about 100 holes. Well, since my guess is this is going to be the most perfect night that I have up here, because it's 8:30 and I still have shorts on and no socks. but I just wanted to walk up here because I loved this spot the last time we came up here. I've been all over this mountain, but in 2020, Evan and I camped up here, and it was nice. At night, we got up in the morning, it was raining and then snowing by the time we packed up and headed out. So we had to get to warmer weather. I also had to get Evan some winter gloves, which, as far as I know, that was his big adventure out west. I don't think he'd ever been this far west. I don't know. I was probably his age when I first came out here too, so can't hold that against him. But we tried, and we hung out, and we rode, and we drank, and really enjoyed hanging out with Evan. And I've always been proud of him for sucking it up, even though he didn't want to. He really was reluctant, like I think most sane people. He was reluctant to get on his bike from North Carolina and ride across country. Imagine that. Sane people. And I think that is Mount Peel. I just can't remember. There's another peak over there on the other side. I just can't remember which one is which. I think that's Mount Peel though. That's the big one, like 9,800 feet or something. Usually this time of year it gets a sprinkling of snow every night. Then promptly melts off during the day. Anyway, I love this place. Love this place. Because it's so beautiful and it's so cool compared to what Moab is going to be this week. 102, I think. It's so pleasant up here. So nice to be up here. So nice to be out of the cold, wet wind. So the weather today and tomorrow is windy, dusty, strong winds, and it's even a weather advisory. So I would say this is 15, 20 mile an hour winds here with gusts of maybe 35. Tomorrow's going to be worse. It's going to be gusts to 60 miles an hour. Everything's holding up fine. I've had to lock a few things down, keep them from blowing off, but also what I'm thinking is I kind of want to just get out of the wind because it's a little annoying. It's warm, it's dry, but wind kind of gets to you after a while. It's kind of been doing this for the last 3 hours, and it's going to be worse tomorrow. I think I'll probably do laundry tomorrow, but yeah, you can kind of see it's sitting out in this for a while would get annoying. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up there in the woods. Up in the mountains, the trees are really high. I'll show you that. But I figure do something. Get out and do something instead of just sitting here enduring the wind. And it's really, I took a nap in it earlier, and it wasn't that bad till everything collapses and then snaps, and it's like somebody kicked the side of the hammock. It makes a lot of racket, and I don't know, it's just weird. I don't like weird. Well, regular weird. It just seems windy today. It's gonna be 60-mile-an-hour gusts tomorrow. I think these are still below 25, 30, but it's kind of gusting all day long too, so there's not really any lulls in the wind. May have to go do laundry tomorrow. I went up to 10,000 feet to escape the weather, and it was pretty nice up there. Just still very dusty with all the traffic. There's no real place to get off the road and get away from all the traffic and the dust and the people. I'm back at camp, and I got ice for my beer for free on the side of the mountain. 3 days of this, I'm just about had it. I think it's laundry day. I'm gonna figure out a way to spend some time somewhere else in Moab indoors. It may just be sitting in there working, plugged in, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's a beautiful day, but I've had it. I've had it with the 40-mile-an-hour winds. I've had it. It's just ridiculous. I'm not kidding. Every damn time I pull the camera out to show you how ridiculous the wind is, it slows down. Like these damn pinions were bent over sideways 2 minutes ago, and I pulled out the camera to go, oh look, see how these pinions resist this gale force winds all freaking day long. And then and my sinuses were clearing up until the dust started blowing again, and now they're clogged up again with pollen and camp dirt and cow shit. I love Moab though. This freaking weather is crazy. Look at that shit. Welcome to Utah, baby. How about that dang mosquito trying to get into my whiskey? That's crazy, ain't it? I think with a stabber like that, he might actually be able to get through the bottle. If the rest of it's gone this afternoon and there's a swole up mosquito laying over there on the ground, I'll know what happened. While staying in Moab, I considered my next move, which was Colorado, and I wanted to reach out to my friend Lori, who lived just outside of Grand Junction and joined Eben and I last time I was through here. Came up on the Mesa, Grand Mesa, and spent the evening with us, drinking and frolicking and having dinner. And I wanted to see if we could recreate that same thing again. So I reached out to her, and she informed me that she had a Bunker Biker host. And I told her I was in Moab. She says, well, guess what? So am I. And she said, come down, join us for lunch. And I said, okay, that sounds wonderful. And that's where we pick up on this story.
So hey, I'm Anna from feeltheworld.pl, and I was like traveling around the world, and my DR died. So like I was driving to the White Rim Trail, and just before White Rim Trail, luckily still on the paved road, I got zero compression and bike is dead. So, but we did 80,000 miles together. So time to switch the bike to something new. I think this bike is enough of traveling. We did together like Asia, South America, Central America, part of US. So now time to switch to something new and keep going. Part of adventure. Sad moment to scrap the bike, but
yeah.
What can you do?
Well, you're handling it pretty well. You seem...
because
I would be kicking it already.
Yeah, it took a few days, so I'm just like...
Okay. And how did you run into Lori?
So thanks to Bunker Biker, I've contacted Lori, asking if she could host me for a few days, because I had still in mind buying new bike, but due to a lot of paperwork complications, I decided not to. But still we've met, and it's super cool to meet people around the world, from motorcycle community. It's family. Right.
Very cool story. Good to meet you. So I want to tell you the story of what happened yesterday before I forget. I went and talked to my friend Lori, who was hosting and carrying around this girl whose bike had broken. She's from Poland. I got off the bike and she notices something dangling from the side of my bike. The girl with the broken bike from Poland sees this dangling from a wire down here. It had broken loose. The post had broken loose. I mean, it's a pretty stiff post, but I guess after years of dangling, and I didn't install that, but that's no excuse anyway. It just broke, and it was dangling by a wire when I rolled up. Right here, just dangling, and I probably wouldn't have seen it had it not bashed me in the shin, but she saw it, and she also saw my broken homemade puck. Well, it fell off finally, which I find is extraordinary. I don't know how it lasted that long, but that's going to be a project for another day. But I'm going to try to see if I can get this thing, this broken piece of metal, I'm going to see if I can get this taken off and twisted around here, and maybe put that on, relocate the post, and see if I can get this thing back working. I miss my horn. I really miss my horn. I really like this guy. Loud horns save lives. Don't let those loud pipe guys fool you. These things actually work. Hey everybody, thanks for watching part 2 of my Moab adventure. If you want to see part 3, it's a private exclusive video over on my Buy Me a Coffee page, and you can get access to all my secret videos and secret hideouts and all kinds of stuff that I'm not going to share with the world, but I will share with my supporters, and it's only going to cost you $5. So head on over there and check that out if you want. See some exclusive stuff, see some behind the scenes, and track me, live tracking on Google Maps if you want to, if you're that interested. But yeah, might be something you're interested in. Go check it out. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and big, huge thanks to my supporters. See you in the next video.